Hello everyone, it's Leon here, and I am with...
Hi, this is Phil, I'm staff writer.
And we have, well, we've all sort of been playing Hotline Miami, haven't we? You started...
I've barely managed to have a go, yeah. It's been crazy.
So this is a cross-buy. This is one of these, you get it on PS3 and Vita, cloud saves, all that sort of stuff, and it is $7.29. I'm only going to mention the value now because obviously it looks like quite a weird little retro thing, but as I say, we've all been playing it. Just sum it up quickly. What is it?
So it's a top-down, ultra-violent, 80s themed sort of art house video nasty shooter thing.
Is there? Well, there is a story to it. Can you sort of explain the kind of the? It's a very
meta sort of story.
Yeah.
So there are men in a room who ask you cryptic things. You get answer phone messages, things like you need to, like there's an escort service, you need to meet this person, or you need to take out the trash in this place, and these are these jobs that you're getting. So you're a contract killer, you're going in and clearing out these rooms full of identical mobsters in the most violent way imaginable.
Yeah, and what we're seeing here is, while it looks like you're basically just going in, stoving heads in with pipes and making as much blood sort of spatter as you can, there is a kind of strategy to it. You're sort of seeing, we can see sort of rooms and things here, and you have to sort of tackle it in a certain way, don't you? You have to sort of unlock the path.
Yeah, that's right. Like everybody follows a set path unless they see you or unless they hear a gunshot. Like that was because I fired a gunshot. Mm-hmm. And so you get to learn their patrols and things, and it's about basically like forming a script of how to do it all in one amazing run, and you do it by loads and loads and loads of retries because you're so fragile and it's so easy to die that it's actually funny. Like it doesn't even ever become frustrating. It's just really funny to get killed in such a sort of disposable and casual way. Like they barely even look at you when they shoot you. Just
yeah. So I mean, what the mechanics are? You can basically, if you can get a hit in first with a pipe or a punch, you can stun someone. Doors knock people over. Guns attract people, so you want to try and avoid using them as much as possible.
Yeah, so you want to at least start off a level when there are still plenty of people around with a melee weapon, so that you don't attract attention. And when there are just a few left, then you're safe to start busting out the guns. You sort of have to get to know how quickly you can move, how quickly you can close someone down, and how much each melee weapon has in terms of range. So like a samurai sword is going to reach slightly longer than a knife.
Yeah.
The end result is always the same.
They have different sort of results, don't they? If you throw a pipe at someone, it knocks them down, but you have to finish them off. But if you throw if you throw a pipe, but if you throw a knife, it kills them. And
mm-hmm.
I've been in situations where I've thrown the gun at people and then run up to them and stamped on their heads because that was the easiest way of doing it.
Yeah, you do incredible things just in a really sort of reactive, I've only got 0.5 seconds to think this through, and you just do something and you think, wow, that was amazing. Afterwards, it has a way of bringing out the compulsive killer in you.
Well, I've only played about a couple of hours of it, so I'm fairly novice, but I've seen you and I've seen some other guys like Dave Jackson who works on Access just whizzing around, just firing off kind of pipes and clearing whole rooms in seconds and making it look really easy, and then you pick it up and it's just like one thing dead, and you just
yeah, there's a real learning curve to it, but as I say, I never found it I never wanted to give up midway through a level. I always was enjoying whatever, because you always die in a slightly different way as well, and that's always entertaining. But yeah, it's possible to do some incredible. There are some brilliant speed runs out there. People clearing out entire levels just in one go, and the game's point system is all geared towards you doing it all in one massive combo. So if you kill someone within 3 or 4 seconds, it carries over the combo.
Can you sort of explain some of the score systems? I know you sort of get is it like brutality and stealth, and kind of you get like different things, characteristics kind of judged.
Yeah, it's all based on mixing up your style basically. So you get points for knocking someone out with a door, you get points for using a gun, points still for like throwing that gun through a window to knock someone down and then finish them off. So it's just about mixing up your play style and doing everything as quickly as possible. But I mean, the main thing is not being afraid to die, because it's really designed for you respawn instantly, and that's part of the genius of it, really. Yeah,
because it just sucks you into this loop, don't you? You die, start again, and you almost can't resist restarting.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're about to see some masks any second now. So the character wears masks, and they give you different abilities.
Yeah, that's right. So there's one mask. My favourite was the Don Juan. It's a horse mask that makes doors lethal. So when you knock someone down with a door, then that kills them.
That instantly sounds a lot more useful.
It's very, very useful. There are some others that put more guns around the level, or Tony's Fists of Fury there make your punch more powerful, things like that. So yeah, they're just sort of combat modifiers. There's some really, really powerful ones later on in the game. There's one PlayStation exclusive one as well.
The bull, what's it? I mean, the dog. There's a dog mask that stops dogs attacking you. So that's
very useful.
I saw that being used a lot.
As with all video games since time immemorial, dogs are the most powerful being on Earth and will kill you instantly, and they're very, very quick and frustrating.
And so, I mean, you sort of swap between levels. Do you find sort of some levels favour different masks? Or?
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing with choosing a mask. You can only really see. I mean, you can see one man, so you have to sort of guess what the level's going to have in store for you. So if you see a dog, then you think, well, I'll go with the dog one. If you can see that the door mask is going to take out the first guy, then you probably just opt for that. And so really I think the masks are designed more for replaying in different styles. Once you've had a little recce and figured out the best way to complete a level, you can go back and try it with a mask that makes it easier or more difficult.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I didn't play it for ages because I looked at it and saw like just a retro-y kind of quirky little game. Didn't really do anything to me. The second I played it, I was hooked. How would you kind of like recommend it to someone who's looking at this and going, that just looks like an old 8-bit piece of crap?
Yeah, I think you need to sort of feel it in your hand and feel how zippy it is. There's also the kind of, artistically, it's a really impressive achievement as well. I mean, the soundtrack, everybody says it, but the soundtrack is second.
Soundtrack is
probably the best game soundtrack out there. And the soundtrack, compared with like this fantastic art direction, it's obviously inspired by Drive, and there's the DeLorean there. So there was all these, very popular cultural touchstones as well that that are wrapped around this really slick, well executed game. So for $7.29 on Vita and PS3.
Yeah, and we should just mention, I mean, Vita, you can touch the screen to target enemies, which works brilliantly,
especially with close quarter shooting, because you can just keep tapping on them and just keep firing. It's really good fun.
And the controls on both platforms work beautifully. So
fantastic.
It's incredible value for money, and it's a really impressive game.
Go and buy it.
What did you give it again?
9.